70 days till Trail Hero. Figured it might be time to start making a chassis, so I guess here it goes. Got about 3 hours so far into it. Got a couple parts with bends, a couple parts I'm still prepping. But I think this might go quicker than I thought. A long time since I posted a video. I've been crazy busy with work. I built a 2-seater. I've almost finished up the TJ, and I'm getting started. We got 70 days till Trail Hero, so starting my buggy today. I've already videoed a little bit of stuff, but I realized I should probably do a little bit better. So far I have prepped a bunch of tubes. I've got the majority of like the bottom half of the chassis prepped, ready to go. So I'm gonna be tacking it all together and making sure everything's fitting up. I am using my plasma table. I have an ArcLight Dynamics with a rotary attachment. It's the ArcMax. It's a big 6x12 table. I love it, but I'm now using this feature of the tube adapter or tube cutter. So what it does is it converts your Y-axis into a rotary, basically. So I've been cutting all my tubes, and I got a couple on the table already. Done a couple that have bends. My wife was out here helping me, and I just started tacking stuff together. So besides that, ready to go. I've got a couple more tubes over here, so I'm gonna start tacking some stuff up. So I built this chassis in Bentech, and I was able to basically take all my measurements from this last 2-seater I just built, convert it over, make some modifications where I saw fit, and be able to basically produce this chassis off of plans ready to go. So I know pretty well where everything goes. I know these are supposed to be 12 inches on center. Marking them, making sure they're square, and then we'll be getting them tacked up. Easy way to do this for people that are getting into fab work. If you're trying to make something, a lot of the measurements for these programs are off center. So if you know what size tube you're working with, it's really easy to go, all right, well, I need to be 12 inches on center. I have an 1.5 inch tube. So what I need to do is minus that 1.5 inches. So I'm making my mark at 10.5 here. I had to make this one at 10 3/8 because I was going from center of a 1 3/4 to a center of a 1.5. This chassis uses a variety of 1.5 and 1 3/4 tubing. It's just to keep weight down where it doesn't need to be. I think it's gonna hopefully be a little lighter than my last one that was 4,300 pounds. Same drivetrain, but just a couple differences in the chassis. We'll see how light we can get it. Using this spacer, just a piece of 10 gauge. It's actually a part that I just cleaned, but I did a spacer, and this was the right width, so I'm using it. boom, there we go. All right, so a couple things that I know that I need to be watching out for. This jack is gonna be 48 inches on the outside. I squared these up and started it at 48 back here. But I noticed as I was up here, I grew a little bit, so I just need to make sure before I get this front bumper welded, which is gonna be what basically holds my measurements, I need to make sure that we're at 48 and a half, or 48 rather. Yeah, so we're at 48 and a quarter. So before I get that, I'm gonna get this driver frame rail put in real quick, get it tacked up. But before I install the bumper, tack it in, I'm gonna remeasure this and make sure that I'm getting this at 48 exact. That way I'm starting with something square and something's right. I know on the other side I ran into a little clearance. I'm just going to go through and make sure that we are 12 inches on center. I know we are, but it's just good to verify. We're looking good. All right, so let's see if you guys can see what I'm working with up here. So up front here, I have this bent piece of tube. It's gonna get capped. And it's gonna fit up right here. Oh my God, it's almost like I know what I'm doing. This is crazy. I've never done CNC tube work before, but man, is it working out great. I'm gonna grab a ratchet strap so I can strap the frame a little tight. Not gonna take much, we're not super far off. There's nothing up front stopping it, so. .48 right there. All right, guys, well, it's official. I suck at doing videos. So what I got going on is it's about 6 in the morning. Been out here since about 4:30 yesterday evening. I think where I left off, I had just tacked up these front frame rails and a little front bumper. Well, I put the subframe on it. That thought me I had overbent two of the tubes, teaching my wife how to bend tubes. So that's my bad. I ended up having to trim some down. They got a little shorter than I wanted, but they'll work just fine. I just missed the node that I was aiming for by half a tube, so that's unfortunate. But after that, I was able to get some door bars cut because I remembered I need to put those in, because once you put this belt line tube in, there's no way to stick this thing in right here because it's like the shape of it. So got those cut. I got everything squared up. I got everything kind of hard tacked or somewhat welded. I hate to say it, but this thing is going together super quick, super square. Everything just kind of clicks where it's supposed to, and it's going super easy. My last 2 chassis I've made, I've had a bunch of splices, like right here. That 2-seater had one right here. They usually always have one in the back. This is gonna be the only splice on this thing, so I'm pretty pumped about that. Using Bentech, I was definitely able to do some stuff that I've never done before, so excited about it. I got work tonight, so probably won't do much on it. Might post this video just as a short little clip, and then hopefully my wife will come out and help me. We'll get the roof bent in the front upper frame sections, and then I can convert the table back to a plate cutter instead of the tube cutter, and I'll be able to make all my suspension mounts, all my shock mounts, seat mounts, start working on everything else. 69 days from right now, we will be in Trail Hero.